Guys, Sony bought Bungie. Guys, I'm just going to speak very candidly, okay? I don't know what to think right now. I feel like we are living in a time that has never before existed in the world of gaming. In response to Microsoft's earth-shattering, game industry-changing deal that they struck just a couple of weeks ago, buying out, essentially purchasing Activision Blizzard, we knew that this was a possibility, that Sony was going to go ahead and do the same thing. We just didn't know how. Was it going to be EA? Was it maybe going to be Ubisoft? I don't know. We knew that Microsoft had the capital to do this, but Sony, they don't really have that kind of money. They don't have $70 billion money, to be buying out a company. But they still made a pretty big splash today as Sony has gone ahead and purchased Bungie. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about that. This is absolutely insane news. I thought Bungie might be on the table, but I wasn't sure. And the world around the gaming sphere was that a lot of people weren't sure either. It was a possibility, but it wasn't a definitive. Why? Because Bungie has just recently rid themselves of the hands of Activision and went solo. They were riding solo, doing their own thing, and that was amazing. So it was a bit of a surprise when I saw this. I was like, this has to be a debate, right? It was a surprise because I can't imagine that Bungie would be so willing to jump back into being, maybe potentially influenced or quote unquote controlled in a way by another, major owner, and now Sony's like, hey, we'll give you $3 billion, almost $4 billion to join our side, to join us. And Bungie said, okay. So let's read the article. All right, guys. So this comes directly from Bungie.net. This is exactly where the article comes from. I'm gonna read it here. Why? Because I want us to fully take this in. This is a moment that we can't let slip away. We have to embrace this, okay? Because this is big. This isn't something that we see very often, or I guess now it seems like something that we're seeing every day, but here we go. So it says, off the top, Bungie joins Sony Interactive Entertainment, a headline that I never thought we would see, and yet here we are. So it goes on to say, Bungie joins Sony Interactive Entertainment. We believe games have limitless potential, and that to do anything worthwhile in entertainment, we must set big on our vision, on our studio, and on our incredible team of trusted creators who build unforgettable worlds that truly matter to people, which we always know. Bungie, they're trendsetters. They're at the top of their game. They really wanted to do more, not only for Destiny, but for whatever IPs and other things they have down the pipeline. So in SIE, or Sony Interactive Entertainment, we have found a partner who unconditionally supports us in all we are and who wants to accelerate our vision to create generation-spanning entertainment, all while preserving the quality independence that beats in Bungie's heart. So they still want to do their own thing. They still want to, have control of what Bungie does. And like us, SIE believes that game worlds are only the beginning of what our IPs can become. Together, we share a dream of creating and fostering iconic franchises that unite friends around the world, families across generations, and fans across multiple platforms and entertainment mediums. Today, Bungie begins our journey to become a global multimedia entertainment company. What does that even mean? Like, oh man, this is insane. This is insane. We thought that Microsoft spending $70 billion to buy Activision Blizzard, which is overarching, has a number of other developers underneath them. We thought that was big, but Sony said, no, we're going to do something big too. We got this. And they went on ahead and made the move with Bungie. This is surprising to me for a number of reasons. Number one being that it seemed for a while that Bungie and Microsoft were getting a little cozy. It seemed like there was a mutual partnership, a relationship that they had there. So it is a little surprising to me that they decided to go with Sony. I mean, we knew that Sony, had a relationship with Bungie as well. They had some exclusives, when Destiny 2 first launched, Destiny 1, they had some exclusives, exotics and things like that were exclusive to PS owners. So there was always that relationship. So I guess it's not surprising that they jumped back into bed together. There's definitely a benefit there, but I imagine, if anything, that Microsoft, their next move was going to be to buy Bungie. And maybe that's what prompted Sony to jump forth and say, hey, no, come over, hang out with us, okay? Be on our team, okay? And maybe that's why, because if they waited any longer, I feel like it was just a matter of time before Bungie ended up being under Microsoft, and like that was it. That's in game. That was in game. Now Sony they've got a major developer. They've got a major industry titan in Bungie. Like, so that's pretty cool. So moving on from there, it talks about creative freedom. It says, since taking flight in 1991, Bungie has always charted the future with our own star map, a path that is driven by our people and for our community. We are continuing that journey with new worlds in development and can't wait to share them with you. With SIE, the potential of our universes is unlimited. Our future games will take bold steps into unexplored spaces for Bungie, continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, and will always be built on a foundation of creating meaningful, lifelong friendships and memories. We remain in charge of our destiny. Now, this is very important. This is very important. We remain in charge of our destiny. I think that was a lot of, probably something that a lot of Bungie fans like myself, a lot of Destiny fans were concerned about, that if someone ever came in and bought Bungie, if Bungie for some reason ever agreed like they just did to being bought out, being bought by another company like Sony or Microsoft, that there would be some strings, they would potentially lose their creative freedom over Destiny. And this is the issue that they had with Activision, which is why some of the content didn't come out the way that it was meant to, because Activision didn't really give them the time to polish some of these things. They just wanted it out there. And that created a lot of issues and a lot of distrust that people still have to this day about Bungie. So it's nice to say that they came out and said and highlighted that they still have control over their destiny. I think that's pretty cool. So it says that we will continue to independently publish and creatively develop our games. We will continue to drive one unified Bungie community. Our games will continue to be where our community is whenever they choose to play, or wherever they choose to play. With SIE support, the most immediate change you will see is an acceleration in hiring talent across the entire studio to support our ambitious vision. If this speaks to you and you want to help us put a dent in the universe, we are hiring across all disciplines for Destiny 2 and for all New Worlds Beyond. So New Worlds Beyond obviously, could be related to their IP Matter that was announced, or teased years ago at this point. It's nice to see that they are moving forward with that they probably have maybe other games that they haven't even announced yet down the pipeline. I think that's really cool, and that they'll continue to focus on Destiny. Now, for Destiny's sake, we'll get into a discussion about that, about potentially what this could mean for the future of Destiny, if we will potentially see better content, or maybe, some of the content that we used to see, that quality that we used to see, it'll depend, and we'll get into that in another video. But for this, I just wanted to go over this and just the general shock. So it goes into 3 decades and counting. It says, what makes our worlds come to life is our community and our people in the studio. Our people are the soul of Bungie. Empowered by our people, we have pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible and transformed who we are as a company. Over the last 30 years, the inviting worlds we've built have turned into thriving communities, and that community is the true magic. These communities have taken Bungie beyond games. They have forged lifelong bonds and humbled us with the real, meaningful good they drive within us and the world. Interesting. So more than anything, SIE understands that our people and our community are both the priority and the heart of our success, and are willing to stand alongside us as we continue to use our platform to drive action towards a more welcoming and equitable world. Our goal is to build a place where the world's most creative and talented people can come and do their best work, no matter who they are, where they are from, and how they identify. That's the real dent in the universe we want to make, the one we want to last beyond us. Be a part of this future with us. See you Starside. Pete. Man, this is insane, guys. This is insane. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is a major deal. This is a major deal. Now, obviously, this isn't, this is $3 billion, almost $4 billion. This is obviously not the $70 billion that Microsoft spent. However, the acquisition of Bungie itself is worth 10 times, the $4 billion that they spent. Like, I mean, they got Bungie at a steal here. However, $3 billion, like for me, I was doing this the other day where it's just, just thinking about how much Bungie would cost. You know, I was thinking maybe somewhere closer to maybe 10 billion, you know, maybe 5 to 10 billion. We'll say a solid $7 billion for Bungie. But maybe they decided to, you know, take less money for the opportunity to be able to do their own thing and be able to have continued control over what they do. Now they just do it under PlayStation and Sony's umbrella, and that'll be good for Sony. It'll be good for Bungie because now Bungie has, you know, they have the money now. They have the support from Sony to potentially be able to produce better content for Destiny, continue to move forward with their new IPs or whatever else they want to do outside of Destiny. I think this is going to be really good. This is a good deal for either of them, and whether it was Sony or Microsoft, I think either one would have benefited Bungie very well. It was only a matter of time before somebody came in and offered Bungie a deal and said, hey, we're give you some big bucks just to be with us, just to say that you're with us. Now, obviously Destiny will continue to be multi-platform as it's stated, but I think in terms of whatever else Bungie produces down the pipeline with the support of Sony's money, I think, yeah, that's probably where we're going to see some exclusivity. Definitely. Probably with another major Destiny like IP down the pipeline. I think it's going to be big. But I mean, I don't know, man. What do you guys think about this? Does this change the game for you? I mean, I hope that this doesn't separate the Destiny family. It's a community that I care very much about. Some of my favorite memories in this game are, you know, ones that I really hold dear. And I really hope that, you know, it doesn't change anything too much, but I hope that the big pro that we can see here is that Bungie will be able to produce content that they maybe were not able to do before due to either lack of money or lack of manpower. Now they have both. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm gonna be looking for your comments. Very excited to see what you have to say. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We'll have more daily discussions, more news, more things to discuss in the coming days. And we'll do probably a couple other follow-up videos to this one, talking about some very specific like topics. But drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about this news. And until then, I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.